this is a secret. I don't, for some of you, it's not a secret. Some of you know this, but just for those who don't know this, I'm revealing a secret. This is really powerful. If, now that I said all that, I'm going to forget what it was that I was going to say. The, it's not, see, what you think the thing is that's the obstacle is not it. What you think that you're afraid of is not it. It's, it is the emotional charge. It's the emotional charge. I mean, think about this. If you did not have any emotional charge around the thing, think of something that you think you're afraid of. Anything, just select something. Notice if there was no emotional charge at all, none, absolute neutrality, would that be a problem for you? And you can say no, because it wouldn't be. It's only the emotional charge. Where does the emotional charge exist? In you. It's not anywhere else. It's not out there. It's not in the thing, the supposed thing out there. It's in you. So this means that you have the ability to change it. So you start by writing down the desire. Every day, read it, imagine it. Notice what comes up in terms of resistance or interference to having that or achieving that. Write those things down. And then notice that there's an emotional charge attached to those things. Then notice that that emotional charge is maintained because of your avoidance. What I'm sharing with you, I mean, some of you know this. Even though some of you know this, it's still, there's more depth to it. So the more that you explore this and really hear this, the better. But for some of you, this is totally new. And for those of you for whom this is totally new, I'm just laying out totally bare for you some really profound secrets. And even if it doesn't yet make sense to you, even if you think, oh, that couldn't possibly be true, even if you think, oh, well, that might be part of it, but that's not a big deal. Whatever you might think about it, I promise you, there's a lot more there that will reveal itself to you as you work with it. But you have to work with it. If you don't work with it, it will just be a meeting that you attended that you did nothing with. And that will not produce much in the way of change in your life. It's only what you're willing to actually work with that will produce the change. So notice that the things that come up as the interference or the resistance to what it is that you want they have emotional charge. You're afraid. So I have a variety of specific techniques that I work with, that I teach people, that I guide people to use that I found can make this process of releasing that emotional charge, leaning into the fear, if you will, faster, easier. However, on a really, really, really basic level, you don't need any techniques. You just need to understand that what's necessary really is just to be willing to lean into it. But I'll give you a tip. Because sometimes one mistake that I see people make is they hear this idea of lean into the fear and then they think, okay, I just got to lean into it and just keep leaning into it and keep leaning into it, keep leaning into it and keep leaning into it and keep leaning into it. Now that might work. But for most people, what happens is that doesn't work very well. What will usually work better is if you lean into it and then momentarily shift your attention away from that, and then lean into it again, and then momentarily shift your attention away, and then lean into it again, and then momentarily shift your attention away. Because I don't know exactly why, but I have some theories based on my experiences and understanding of that. I believe fundamentally it doesn't really matter why, it just works. But because sometimes people like to have theories about why things work, it helps them to actually trust and do the thing. I'll suggest to you one reason why that may work is that it allows for more quicker acclimation to the leaning into it. Whereas I think for most people, just this like endurance test of how long can you lean into it ends up creating more resistance in response.